There is a lovely gentleman by the name of Lee True. He is a psycho. He's a psycho. He's just a psycho. He's a psychotherapist, also like a wilderness expert. He was on a series of Naked and Afraid. He spent 3 weeks out in the bush.
If we don't get any fire, we don't get water. That's really serious.
I've been talking with him because I'm doing 24 hours in the wilderness, which doesn't, like, for me, it was something I was like, God, this will be easy. But the more and more I look into it, I don't think this is going to be. Anyway, I've been asking Lee questions. Lee, my second question to you is food. What the fuck? So I'm taking in as one of my items a fruit roll-up because I figured the sugar would be good. What little food item should I bring as one of my items that I can take?
Yeah, the food question. This is the one that always comes up really early on because we're not used to going without meals. And I'm here to tell you that it's totally possible. You could just not worry about food for the whole 24 hours and you will not die. You might feel pretty uncomfy, but you're going to be just fine. I definitely would not go with the fruit roll-up because as delicious as it might be, it's going to give your blood sugar level a spike and then you'll get a crash afterwards. You get the boom and the bust. You do not want that. So my advice would be take some nuts, something like some really oily, fatty nuts like cashews or macadamias. They're about 50% oils and fats, and then a quarter carbohydrates, quarter protein. That's the kind of food source that's going to give you this nice, slow burning calories that won't give you that big slump and lead to a food coma.
If you want to hear everything that Lee sent me, I'm uploading it to a podcast that I do with Chrissy. It's called We Will Always Have. I'm going to put his full unedited advice there. Lee also, he does this for a living. He's a psychotherapist. He does all this cool shit, and he's got such great experience as well. And so I asked Lee, what does he have coming up? Because he's based in New South Wales, down around the Wollongong area.
First up on the radar is in September 14th to the 18th, the Way of Story. It's an in-person retreat, camping retreat, down in the south coast in the Budawangs Wilderness area. We're looking at storytelling, that old and ancient wisdom of telling stories around a campfire. We're going to be looking at how to interpret and understand folk tales and myths and legends, but also kind of telling stories from our own lives, taking difficult or challenging or even traumatic experiences from our lives and finding ways to tell that story in a more spacious, truthful and beautiful way, in a way that can sort of harvest the gifts and the gold from those difficult experiences. So I'm really excited for that, Way of Story. There's information on the website connectionculture.life. And then, the main thing that I do these days is, although I bushcraft and survival will always be a deep love and passion of mine, and I'll always be practicing it. We teach all of that kind of stuff on our rewilding family camps and survival trips that we run. But, the biggest passion for me at the moment is creating communities that are healthy and navigating the internal wilderness, the terrain that we need to be able to survive in and feel at home in, which is what we actually need to be at home in the wild. It's like you can have all of the logistics and theory under your belt, but if you can't be in your own skin, on your own in wild nature, you never really get to touch that real kind of freedom and spaciousness that's there for us. So these days, mainly what I'm doing is training psychotherapists, people who would like to be psychotherapists but aren't yet, just people who genuinely feel called to helping other people in a meaningful and real way. And we use stories, we use narrative therapy and somatic therapy. Somatic therapy is like feeling and understanding the ways in which distress can get lodged in the nervous system. It's a magical training. It takes place over a year. The next cohort is starting in March, and if anyone's interested, there's more information on the Connection Culture website, connectionculture.life.